guys, welcome to my channel. I am Ram. So in the previous video we saw about ratio and related problems to ratio. So in this video we are going to see about partnership. So this is a topic that comes under ratio. Okay. So now we are going to see about partnership and few problems related to that, so that we can grab the concept of partnership. So come on, let's get into the video. So the first thing that we need to know is what is partnership. In a business there will be 2 or 3 partners, right? So and their investment will be different, and the time of investment will also be different for different stakeholders, right? For a stakeholder, he might be investing some amount which is different from the B, right? Who is another stakeholder. Okay, so the time of investment and the amount of investment for different stakeholders will be different. So in order to calculate the ratio of profit for all the stakeholders, we need to know certain formulas. Okay, so reading about that formulas and and the concept behind this is known as partnership. Okay, so come on, let's see what are the formulas that involved in this partnership related problems. Okay, so the first scenario is in the first scenario, let's take two partners, right? A, B. Okay, so A, B, there are two partners and they are investing different amounts. Okay, they are investing different capitals. So let's say the capital will be C1 and C2. Okay, so they are investing two different amounts, say 4,000 and 7,000 respectively. A is investing 4,000 and B is investing 7,000. Then their ratio of profit will be So then the profit will be in the ratio of C1 is to C2. That is investment is to investment. Okay, so 4k is to 7k, right? So similarly this will happen. In this scenario, the time period, okay, the time of investment, okay, the time of investment or the period of investment will be same. Okay, so here both the stakeholders, both the partners A and B will invest the different amount for the same period, for say 2 years, 3 years. But the time period of investment for both the investors, that is A and B, will be same. That is 2k, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it may be, but it will be same. Okay, so in that scenario, in order to find the ratio of profit, we will use this formula, that is C1 is to C2. Okay, so if it is three stakeholders, then we will use C3, C4, goes on like this. Okay, so this is the concept in case of first scenario. So okay, in the first scenario, if the investment period is same and the investment amount is different, we will use this formula, that is C1 is to C2 is to C3. Okay, so things like that. So in the second scenario, let's move on to the second scenario. So in the second scenario, A and B are investing same amount. Okay, so if A is investing 2,000, B will also invest 2,000. If B is investing 3,000, then A will also invest 2,000. Okay, so their investment amount is same, that is C1 and C2, but their time period is different. Okay, for example, A is investing that particular amount for 4 years, but B is investing that particular amount only for 2 years. Okay, so the time period of investment is differing. Okay, so if the time period of investment is differing, then actually their ratio of profit will also differ. So then their profit ratio will be in ratio of their time, T1 is to T2, where T1 is the time period, okay, time period of A's investment, and T2 is the time period of B's investment. Okay, so for example, he is investing for 2 years, he is investing for 4 years. Okay, so then their profit will be divided in the ratio of T1 into T1 is to T2. Okay, so this is second scenario. In second scenario, the investment will be same, but the time period of investment will be differing. Okay, so 2 years, 3 years, something like that. Okay, so this is the second scenario. So in the second scenario, we use the formula T1 is to T2. Okay, so in the first scenario, we use C1 is to C2. In the second scenario, we use T1 is to T2. Okay, so in order to know the ratio of profit. Okay, So in the let's move on to the third scenario. Okay, let's move on to the third scenario. In the third scenario, what happens is both the time period and the investment will change. Okay, so for example, A is investing 2000 for 3 years. Okay, so his investment is 2k and the time period is 2 years. Okay, let's say 2 years. Okay, and B is investing 3k, I mean 3000 for 3 years. Okay, so his time period is 3 years. Okay, so in this case both the time period and the investment is changing. Okay, so in that case we need to use another formula. So in this case the profit form, in order to find the ratio of profit, we use this formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2. Okay, we are multiplying the investment in by time, and also for A stakeholder as well as for B stakeholder. Okay, so this is the formula. In the first scenario we used one, since the only investment is changing, we are using C1 is to C2. In the second scenario, only time is changing, investment remains constant, so we are using T1 is to T2. In the third scenario, both investment and time changes, so we are multiplying investment and time. Okay, so thus we are having this formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2. Okay, so this is this third scenario. In the third scenario, we are using C1 T1 is to C2 into T2. Okay, so this is the third scenario in order to find the profit ratio. Okay, so this is the third scenario. Let's move on to the fourth scenario. So in the fourth scenario, what happens is there will be multiple investment. Okay, in the fourth scenario there will be multiple investment. In that case we use another formula. So this is the fourth scenario. The fourth scenario, there will be multiple investment. For say A will invest at the starting of the business, A will invest 2k, let's say 2k. Then after 2 years he will invest, after 2 years he might invest around again 2k. Okay, he is investing 2k again. Okay, in B stakeholder will invest around 3k in the beginning. Then he in the second year he will invest around 2k. Okay, so around 2k. So here actually we can see that there is a difference in investment as well as the time period of investment, right? So here in the first after 2 years, okay, only after 2 years he has invested 2k again. I mean stakeholder B also invested 2k after 2 years. Okay, so in this case we need to do in this scenario there is multiple investment, not a single investment. Here there is only one investment, but in this case there are multiple investment, that is 2k first, again 2k, here 3k, then 2k. Okay, so multiple investment. In this case we need to use the formula profit is equal to summation of C1 into T1 is to summation of C2 into T2. What this means is that we need to add the investment again and again for the remaining years. Okay, so we need to add that amount. For example, 2k means in the second year, even in the at the end of the first year, he will be having an investment of only 2k. But in the third year, that is after completing 2 years, he is investing 4k. So the total investment will become 4k, right? So the total investment will become 4k. In this case, in the end of the first year he will be investing only 3k, but in the second year he has invested 2k again, so 2k more. Okay, so the total investment will become 5k, right? So summation, that is adding 2k to the total investment. So we are adding that investment again. So we need to use the formula summation C1 T1 is to summation C2 T2. Okay, so simple as that. Okay, so this is the fourth scenario. Where we are using summation C1 T1 is to summation C2 T2. Okay, so these are the formulas that we need to remember. So come on, let's see few of the problems related to that, so that we can get familiar with the concept. Okay, so some of the I have picked some easy problems in order you to get familiar with the partnership problems. Okay, so the first question says that Aman and Panjal enter into a partnership investing 50,000 and 40,000 respectively. So there are two investors A and B, okay, and they are investing 50k and 40k respectively. So I have used k not to represent thousand, and they agree to share profits in the ratio of their capitals. Find the share of Aman in a profit of 25,000. So the total profit is 22,500. Okay, so after 1 year their total profit is 22,500. Okay, so they have invested a different amount for the same period, that is 1 year. Okay, so this scenario we can easily relate it to the first one, right? This is the first scenario. So they have invested two different amounts for the same period, that is 1 year, and their profit is 22,500. Okay, so we know the profit. In order to find the profit, we need to use this formula, that is C1 is to C2. So C1 is to C2 will gives us the total profit, right? So the total profit is 22,500. Okay, and we are having 50k and 40k respectively. So what happens is the ratio of C1 and C2 is, what is the ratio of C1 and C2 is 5:4, right? We can cancel all the 4 zeros on the both sides, and the ratio of capitals between A and B is 5:4, right? So we can write that, we don't know the exact amount, so we can write that 5x plus 4x will gives us 22,500, because in this ratio only they are going to divide the total profit, because the total profit will be divided in the ratio of C1 is to C2. So what is the ratio of their investment is 5:4 respectively, that is 50k and 40k, so 5:4, right? So so we are adding, if we add these two their two, if we add their profits, each profits, we can get the total profit, right? So what we are doing is we are adding both their profit, then we will get 22,500, and x is equal to 22,500 divided by 9. So what will be the answer? 9 2s are 18, 45, 5s are, so 2,500. So x is 2,500. So x is 2,500. So now what is the question is that they are asking the profit of A, that is what is his name? His name is Aman. Okay, they are asking the profit of Aman. So the ratio is 5x, right? So we know what is x. So 5 into 2,500, which is nothing but Aman's profit. Aman's profit is 25,000. 25 into 5. So we will be getting 25, 10, 125, right? So 125. So Aman's profit in the total profit of 22,500 is 12,500. So this is his profit. Aman's profit is 12,500. If they are asking to find us B's profit, that is Pranjan's profit, then we need to substitute x in 4x. Then we will get the Pranjan's profit as well. Okay, so this is one of the simplest problem by using the first scenario. So come on, let's see a few other problems as well. So in the second problem, what we are going to see is that, so in the second problem, A, B, C, okay, there are three persons, that is A, B and C, and they are invested capitals in the ratio of 3:5:9. So their investment, okay, so their investment C1, C2 and C3, okay, and their ratio is 3:5:9. Okay, the ratio of investment is 3:5:9. The timing of their investment being in the ratio of 2:3:1. So their timing, that is T1 is to T2 is to T3, are in the ratio of 2:3:1. Okay, in what ratio would be their profit be distributed? So they are asking us to find the profit ratio. So they are asking us to find the profit ratio. So actually speaking, their investment is also differing, so that only we are having different ratio, and their time period also is different. That's why we are having 2:3:1. Okay, so both their investment as well as their time of investment is differing. Okay, so period of investment also differing. So this is third scenario. Okay, this is the third scenario where we have to multiply C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2. Okay, so here we are having three stakeholders. So we have to use the formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2 is to C3 into T3. Okay, so this is that. So we are just going to substitute the values over here. So C1 is 3. So 3 into T1 is 2. So 2. Then C2 is 5. 3 is to 9 is to 1. Okay, now we are going to divide it by 3, right? So we can cancel 3 over here. So we will be having 2 is to 5 is to 3. So this is the ratio of profit. Okay, so this is the ratio of profit in which they are going to divide the total profit. Okay, so the investment is being given in the ratio format as well as their time of investment, that is the period of the investment, and they are going to divide the total profit in the ratio of 2:5:3. Okay, so this is the second problem. Okay, so similar to this, I have another problem for you. So please pause this video and try to solve that problem by yourself. So in that third problem, what they are saying is that A, B and C start a business. Okay, A, B and C are starting a business. If the ratio of their period of investment are 2:3:6. Okay, they have given the time period of investment in ratio format. So 2:3:6. Okay, their period of investment is 2:3:6, and their profits are in the ratio of 4:5:6. Okay, and then they are asking the ratio of capitals of A, B, C. Okay, now they are asking us to find the C. Okay, they are in this case they haven't given, they asked us to find the capital ratio. They have given the time ratio. They are given the time ratio, and they are also given the profit ratio. Similar to this problem, just we have to interchange it. Okay, so using this formula, we just want to interchange it. Okay, so applying what are the values they have given, you need to calculate it. Okay, so please pause this video and try that sum by yourself. Okay, I hope you would have done that. So come on, let's move on to the next problem, that is the fourth problem. So in the fourth problem, what we are going to see is that, So in the fourth problem, Amit invested, okay, Amit, Nitin and Ravinder enter into a partnership, and Amit invested 16,000 rupees for 9 months, and Nitin invested. Okay, so Amit, Nitin and then Ravinder. Okay, so there are 3 persons and they are entering into the partnership, and their investment are 16k for time period 9 months, and Nitin's investment is 12k, and his time period is 6 months. Then Ravinder's investment is 26,000, and his time Ravinder's investment is 8,000 for 8,000, right? So 8,000 for a period of 12 months. Okay, so this is exactly the third scenario. Okay, so here both the investment as well as the time period is changing, and they are given the at the end of a year where there was a profit of 26,000. So profit is 26,000. Okay, so 26,000, and find the share of Nitin. They are asking us to find the share of Nitin's profit. Okay, in the total profit, what is the share of Nitin? Okay, so in order to find this, this is the third scenario. We are going to use the same formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 is to, that is this C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2 is to C3 into T3. So we are just going to apply the values over here. So what will be the value? 16k into 9 is to 12k. So K is not a variable, K is a short form for 1000, okay, just for clarification. Then 9K, so 9K into 12, okay. So we can easily eliminate thousands first, okay, we are eliminating thousands first. And what we are doing now, we can eliminate 12, I guess, okay. We can eliminate 12, we can eliminate 12. So here we can write it as 4, 4, 2, 3, 3. So we can eliminate 12. Then we will be having 12 over here, 6 over here, then 8 over here. We can again eliminate 2. So we will be having 2 6 are, 2 3s are, 2 4s are. Okay. So this is the ratio. Okay. So this is the ratio of their profit. Okay. So this is the ratio of profit. This is not the exact profit amount. Okay. This is just the ratio of profit. So we know the total profit and we know the ratio of profits. Okay. So what we are going to do is that 6x plus 3x plus 4x will gives us 26,000. That is the total profit. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to add this. That is nothing but 13x. So 26,000. Then x is equal to 2,000. So we know that x is equal to 2,000 and the ratio of Nitin is 3. Okay. So 3x. So 3x is 3 into 2,000. This is nothing but 6,000. So 6,000 is the ratio, 6,000 is the profit of Nitin in the whole profit of 26,000. So in 26,000, Nitin gets only 6,000 as his profit. Okay. So this is the concept. Again, this is one of the simplest problem that we are just using the formula and we are substituting the values that they have given in the question and we are calculating simple calculation. Here we are taking x because we don't know the particular profit. So we have to find that particular profit. So we are using x. We just know the ratio, but now we are converting it into exact amount. So we are using x and we are calculating the x value and we are substituting the x value in Nitin's ratio, which is 3x, and we are getting 6,000. Okay. So this is also one of the simplest problem. Let's move on to the next question. So in the next question, what they have given? So in the next question, Sakshi starts a business with 3,500 and 5 months after Divya joins Sakshi as per partner. Okay, as a partner. After a year of let's write the given value first. So Sakshi is okay. Sakshi, then Divya, they are partners and they are entering into a business. 3,500. Sakshi has invested 3,500. After 5 months, okay, so Sakshi just started the business and Divya is joining only after 5 months. Okay, so for the first 5 months there is no investment from Divya, there is no partner as Divya. After 5 months she is investing after 5 months she has invested some amount. Okay, so she have invested some amount. Okay, after a year of profits divided in the ratio of 2:3. Okay, so after a year, so this is only till 5 months. Okay, so this is only till 5 months. So here it is 5 months. 5 months after 1 year. So after 1 year their profit. Okay, after 1 year their profit has been divided in the ratio of 2:3. Okay, so how much Divya have contributed? So they have given the profit value. Okay, what is the profit ratio? And they have given Sakshi's investment and they are asking us to find what is Divya's investment. Okay, so clearly Sakshi has invested 3,500 for 12 months. Okay, so this 3,500 will be continuing for till the end of the year. So till the end of the year, so she has contributed 35,000. So this is a scenario. We need to use the third formula again. That is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2. Okay, so here we are using that formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2 to get the profit. Okay, to get the profit ratio is equal to the profit ratio. Here the profit ratio is 2:3. Okay, 2:3, and we know the C1 is 3,500, and she has invested for 12 months, because at the end of the year only they are dividing the profit. Okay, so she has invested for 12 months and we don't know what is the value, what is the amount Divya has invested. So let's put as X, and the period of investment is after 5 years. Okay, after 5 months. Okay, so after 5 months she has invested for around 7 months. She has kept that amount for 7 months. So we can use 7 as the time period. Okay, so time period of this. Okay, so since there is a ratio, we can convert into a division, because ratio is a comparison of two numbers with respect to division. Okay, so we can write this as 35 3500 divided by, into 12 divided by 7x is equal to 2 by 3, right? We can write like this. Okay, and we can cancel this 500, then we can cancel this as well, 2 6 are, then we can multiply this, so 1500 into 6, right? If 1500 into 6 is equal to x, so x is equal to 60 plus 30, 90, right? So 90. So 90. So 9,000. So x is equal to 9,000 rupees. So Divya has invested 9,000 rupees for a period of 6 months, or for a period of 7 months. Okay, so this is the investment of Divya. So Divya has invested 9,000 for a period of 7 months. Okay, so this is the investment amount. Again, we are using the same formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2, but we are equating that to the profit ratio, that is 2 is to 3, and we are calculating it, a simple calculation, and we are getting the required investment as 9,000. Okay, so Divya has invested 9,000 rupees. Okay, so come on, let's move on to the next question. So in the next question, what they have given us. So in the next question they have given us, Arvind began a business with 550 rupees and has joined afterwards by Naveen with 330. Again the same format. So Arvind, Naveen, there are two partners. So here Arvind has started a business with rupees 550. Afterwards they have not given the exact time period when the Naveen has joined the business. So we don't know the time period. Okay, so we don't know the time period, but we know the capital. So we know the capital as 330. Okay, we know the capital of 330. When did Naveen join? If the profit and the ratio at the end of the year were divided in the ratio of, they are given the profit ratio. They are given the profit ratio as 10 is to 3. Okay, and we know the time as 12 months. So Arvind has started a business and he has continued his profit for 12 months. So 12. We don't know the time period when did Naveen joined the business with Arvind. So we don't know the T2. Okay, we don't know the T2, and we know the investment of Naveen, that is C2. Okay, so all these we are having all these parameters. Now we are again using going to use the third scenario, that is C1 into T1. C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2 is equal to P1 is to P2, that is the profit, 10 is to 3. Okay, so by by substituting all the values that we have, we will be having 550 into 12. Since it is a ratio, we can divide it. So divided by 330 into x is equal to 10 is to 3, right? So we are going to cross multiply it again. So we will be having, we can cancel 0 0, then we can cancel 3 11, right? So we will be having 110 over here. So x is equal to 55 into 12 divided by 110. So again we can cancel 11, we will be having 10, so 11 5s are, then 5 60, so 60, 0 we can cancel 60, so x is equal to 6. So so the period of investment that the time period of investment that Naveen made is 6 months. Okay, so Naveen has invested for 6 months. So only after 6 months he have started to invest 330 rupees in the business. So the time only after 6 months he has started his investment. Okay, so the time period is, so the time period of Naveen's investment is 6 months. So this is the answer. So again we are using the same formula, that is C1 into T1 into C2 into T2, and just the scenario, I mean just the question format is changing, and the calculation is changing, but again we are using only the same formula. Okay, so if you know this formula, that is C1 into T1 is to C2 into T2, so this is standard formula. Okay, so if you know this, we can solve any type of question related to partnership. Okay, so come on, let's move on to a few other problems as well. So these are we have seen almost 5 questions. All these 5 questions are very simple questions. But now let's move on to a step further, and we are going to see some moderate type of 2 questions. So B is a sleeping partner. So this is the 6th question. So B is a sleeping partner and A is working. A puts in 5,000 rupees and B puts in 6,000 rupees. So there are A, B, and their investment is 5,000, right? Yeah, 5,000, and C2 is 6,000 respectively, their investment amount, and A received 12.5 of profit for managing the business, and rest is divided in the ratio to their capital. So their profit has been divided with respect to their investment. Okay, capital, that is their investment, and the rest is divided in the ratio proportion to their capitals. A's share of profit in a profit of, so they are given the total profit. So their profit should be divided in the ratio of C is to 2, I mean C1 is to C2, and their total profit is 880. So we have to divide this amount in with the ratio of C1 is to C2, because they have invested 5,000 and 6,000 respectively. But if you see the question, they have given another parameter. Since B is a sleeping partner in the sense he will not take part in any administration or managing part of the business. He will just invest the amount and he will leave the rest to the other partner. So he will sleep. Okay, so he is not doing anything. He is just sleeping. He is just invested some amount and he is just sleeping. So such type of partners are called sleeping partners. So in that case, certain amount of profit will be will be exclusively given to the partner who is managing all the administration and business problems. Okay, so in this case, B is a sleeping partner, and A, for that A received 12.5 of profit for managing the business. So A has received 12.5% of the profit. Okay, so in the total profit, A has received 12.5% for his work in managing the business. Okay? And the remaining amount only we will be dividing between A and B. That is, we will be dividing the remaining amount in the ratio of C1 is to C2. That is nothing but 5 is to 6. Okay, so profit will be divided in the ratio of 5 is to 6. That is known one, but we don't know the profit because we don't know the remaining profit after deducting 12.5% of 880. So we need to find 12.5% of 880. So what is the percentage formula? So percentage is equal to obtained value by total value into 100. Okay, so this is the percentage formula. So this is what we are going to see in the next video. So please watch that as well, so that you can get the full concept of a percentage. For now, you just know the formula alone. That is, obtained value divided by the total value into 100 gives us the percentage. Okay, so here we know the percentage, which is nothing but 12.5, and the total value is 880. So 880 divided by 100. So we are getting 100 over here, so that we can get the obtained value. Obtained value is the value of 12.5% of 880. Okay, so we have to know that value. So by calculating this, we will get 110. Okay, so I have calculated before. If you want to calculate me again, if you want me to calculate it again, I will calculate 88. So 0 will be cancelled. Okay, so 88. So 8 5s are 40. 8 2s are 10, 10 plus 4, 4, 8 2s are 16, 16 plus 4, 20, 2, 8 1s are 8, again 10, okay. So 0, 0, 0, 1, okay. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. So there is a point over here, so 110. So and 1100 divided by 10, so 0 0 will be cancelled, so 110. So 110 is the value, the 110 is the 12.5 percentage of 880. So we have to deduct 110 from 880 so that we get the remaining profit. So 880 minus 110 is nothing but 770, right? So 770. So 770 is equal to 5x plus 6x, right? So this is the ratio in which we are going to divide it. So we don't know the exact value, so we are taking x as we did in the previous video. So we are taking xx and we have to add that. So 11x is equal to 770. So x is equal to 10, right? So x is equal to 70. X is equal to 70. 11 7s are 77. So 0 10. So 70. So x is equal to 70. Now we know the x value. Now we have to know what is the A's share in total 770. So A's share will be 5x. So x is equal to 70. So 350. So 3500. So A's profit in 770 is 350. So in 770 A's profit is 350. But this is not only his profit. So his profit is more than this. So his profit is 110 for managing the business as well. So we have to add 110 as well as 350. So if we are adding both these, we will get 350, 450, 460. So A's total profit will be 460 in the total of 880. In the total of 880, A will be having 460 as his profit. Okay. So this is one of the difficult sum because we need to know the percentage formula. So how we have to apply over there. And the important thing that we need to keep in mind is that we need to subtract that value, that is 110 from 880. So 110 from 880, so that we will get 770, and we are going to divide that in the ratio of 5:6. Okay, this is the area where people often make mistake because they will they will jump into conclusion that 880 and they will divide that 880 in 5:6 format, and they will get x value and they will directly substitute the x in 5x and they will get a value of something. Okay, so that is a wrong thing. We have to subtract the whole value subtract the whole value by 710, because that is the value of 12.5 percentage of 880. Okay, so that is the main thing that we need to keep in mind for this problem. So come on, let's see another problem. So in the next problem also, this is also a moderate type of problem where we need to use percentage concept as well. Okay, so in the last problem we are going to see they are given three stakeholders, okay, A, B, C, and they have given their shares as 7/2 is to 4/3 is to 6/5. Okay, after 4 months A increases his share. Okay, after 4 months A increases his share by 50%, and if the total profit at the end of the 1 year is 21, so they are given the total profit. So total profit after a year, okay, after year is equal to 21,600. Okay, so this is the given parameter and they are asking us to find the B's profit. They are asking us to find the B's profit. Okay, so B's share is 4/3. Okay, so what we are going to do is that this ratio is in fraction. So first let's convert this thing into a whole number. Okay, so in order to do that, as we do in the addition, we are just going to take LCM of it. So the LCM of 2, 3 and 5 is 30. So 2 15s are 30, right? So 7 15s are, then 4/3 10s are 30, right? So 10s are, then what we are having, then 6/5. So 5 6 are 30. So 6 6 are. So this is the ratio. This will be the ratio. So
what we will be having if we multiply that? We will be having 105 is to 40 is to 36. So divided by 30, 30, 30. So we can cancel 30 from all these things, and we can get 105 is to 40 is to 36. So this is the ratio. Okay, so this is the ratio. We have just converted it into a presentable format for easy for in order to calculate numbers in a easy way. Okay, so this is that. So 105 is to 40 is to 36. Now what they are saying is A increases in share after 4 months to 50%. Okay, so he is increasing his share from 105% to 50% extra after 4 months. Okay, so we have to find the 150 percentage of 105. Okay, 150 percentage of 105, because he is increasing 50%. Okay, so we have to find what is the exact share he is increasing. Okay, so we have to find the exact share. So we want to know the exact value. So we have to find 150 percentage of 105. Again, percentage formula. What is the percentage formula? Percentage is equal to obtained value by total value into 100. So here we know the percentage is 150 into the total value is 105 and divided by 100. So 150 into 105. So 150 15 into let's say 105 divided by 15. So 5 5s are 25, 2 5 zeros are 0, 2 5 ones are 5, then 5 0 1, then 5 7 5. Okay, 1.75. So 157.5. So we can calculate 0 0 over here, and we will be having 1575. Then there is 0 and there is 10 in the denominator. So 157.5. So 157.5 is the value. Okay, so is the 150 percentage of 105 is 157.5. Okay, so he has increased his share to 157.5 from the 4th month. Okay, from the 4th month he has increased his share to 157.5. Before that, for the first initial 4 months, his share was 105. Okay, so but after 4 months he has increased his share to 157.5. Okay, now they are asking us to find that. They are given the total profit as 21,600, and they are asking us to find the B's profit. So we know what is the exact ratio. We can find the B's profit as well. So what we are going to do is that I will rub this. So what we are going to do is again the same formula, which is nothing but C1 into C2 is to C2 into T2 is to C3 into T3, which is the third scenario, and we are going to substitute the values over there. Okay, we know the ratio of their capitals, that is 105 40 into 36. Okay, we know the ratio. We know the time period as well. The time period is 1 year. Okay, so 1 year means 12 months. Okay, so for B and C, the ratio of the time period will be same, that is 12 months. So 40 is the capital ratio, that is the share, so that is 40, and the time period is T2, that is 12 months, and for C also 36 into 12, because there is no change in their investment nor their time period, that is 12 is constant for them, that is the time period, and their shares also, they are not changing their shares also. So 40 is to 36. Okay, so that is clear. But in case of A, that is he have increased his ratio, he has increased his share to 150 percentage. Okay, so what is the for the first 4 months he is having a share of 105 percentage. Okay, and then for the rest of the 8 months, that is the rest of the year, he has a share value of 157.5 for the rest of the month, for that is 8 months. Okay, so we have to divide the first person's age share in this format, because in the first 4 months his share was 105. For the next for the rest of the years, for the rest of the year, that is 8 months, his share was 157.5. So into 8. Okay, so the rest of the months is 8 months. Okay, so we are taking it in this format. So we are going to multiply it. So if you multiply this 105 into 4, we will be having around 420 plus what is 157.5 into 8? 157.5 into 8. So 8 5s are 40, 8 7s are 56, 56 plus 4 are 0, 60, right? Yeah, 60. Then 8 5s are 40 again, 46, 4, 8 1s are 8, 12. So 1 2 6, 1 2 1260, right? So 1260, yeah, 1260. Since in this point we can neglect the 0, so 1260 is to 40 into 12 is to 36 into 12. Okay, so again what we are going to do, we are just going to add this. We will be having 1680 is to 40 into 12 is to 36 into 12. So we can remove 12 altogether. So if you remove 12 over here, we will be having 140 is to 40 is to 36, right? And again we can remove 2. Okay, we can remove 2. So we will be having 70 is to 20 is to 18. Again we can remove 2. So 35 is to 10 is to 9. So this will be the ratio in which the total 21,600 is going to be divided. Okay, this is the ratio in which the total 21,600 is going to be divided. So what we can write is that we don't know the exact value, so we are using since it is in ratio, we are using x since we don't know the exact value. So 10x plus 9x, we will be having 21,600. So 54x will be 21,600. So x will be 4, right? 54 4s are 216. So 400. So x is equal to 400. We know the x value. Now we have to find what is the profit share of B. That is 10x. So 10x is equal to 10 into 400, which is nothing but 4,000. So 4,000 is the share of B. Okay, profit share of B. Okay. So in this problem, we need to keep in mind about the percentage. So what is the percentage formula? That is obtained value by total value in total. That is important thing. And another important thing is this area. Okay. So we have to take 105 rupees only for the first 4 months. Again, in the after 4 months, he is increasing his value to 157.5 157.5 share. So we have to take 157.5 for the rest of the year, that is 8 months. So 157.5 into 8. So this is that. So we have so this is one of the important area we need to keep in mind other than profit formula. So if you keep this in mind and if you can calculate this, that is very simple. So we can get x value and we are substituting x value in 10x and we are getting 4,000. Okay. So we have seen almost 8 sums. Okay. We have seen almost 8 sums in which we have seen 2 moderate to difficult level problems where we use some complex methods as well. Okay. So I hope this video is informative. So you have learned what is partnership ratio as well. So we learned the formulas and we saw some problems related to that. So if you have friends who are preparing for aptitude tests similar to this, please share to them so that they will also get benefit of it. So if you have any other queries, let me know in the comment section so that I can clarify that as well. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.